I feel like there was an era sort of around sort of the end of the original Xbox and PlayStation 2 and the start of the 360 and PS3 where developers were just bringing out like dad films as video games. It's when you sort of got like The Godfather, Scarface, The Warriors, things like that. And I still think one of the strangest ones, or one of the weirdest ones that ever came out, was Stranglehold. The footage that you're seeing in the background is just pure like unedited gameplay footage, just so you can see how like a little bit frantic and wild this game is. Really gives you an idea of what type of game this is. To give you a bit of background on Stranglehold, it is a sequel to John Woo's 1992 Hong Kong action film Hard Boiled, which is weird because the game itself, Stranglehold, came out 15 years after that film. So this game came out in 2007 for PC, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and I love this game. Like, first off, I'm not going to start criticizing it too much. I absolutely love this game. For me, this was like the first time I actually remember having like an actor that I knew in a game. I know it probably happened before that with like Chronicles of Riddick, but I feel like this is the one that like everyone really tried to push forward, because I'm going to probably butcher his name as always, but Chow Yun-fat reprises his role as the Inspector Tequila Yuan. I put this game in just to have a sort of nostalgic trip on this, to see how it fared in the modern day, and it doesn't fare particularly bad. Like, it is still very fun. I feel like it does that thing that like most games don't understand in the modern age, where it's prioritizing fun and stupidity over like realism. I feel like so many games now are just so focused on being ultra realistic or having the best graphics or whatever, that it doesn't ever account to how the game should be very fun. Like in this, if you wanna, like I'm doing now, skateboard grind down a rail while shooting at loads of different things in slow motion, you absolutely can do that. The game allows you to do it. I would say the slow motion mechanic is probably the best and worst thing about this game, because sometimes it just activates whenever you want, and it makes you feel like, oh, am I supposed to be shooting at something? But also, it has some of the most cinematically cool stuff ever. And I'm just going to address the elephant in the room. If you're watching the gameplay and you're watching, like, listening to anything that I'm talking about, I can 100% confirm for you this is massively a rip-off of Max Payne. This is just Max Payne, but hard-boiled. That's the only way I can really describe what this is. If you think you'll enjoy that, you probably will. It does have its challenges. This game can be very hard at sometimes, and you have to have a little bit of suspension of disbelief as to some of the stuff that you can pull off. But at the same time, that's exactly what this game is. It's just Max Payne and a very good version of Max Payne. I was actually having a look at some of the reviews of this game back in the day, back in 2007 when this was released, and no one mentions that at all, that this is just a Max Payne game. Like, no one really that I could find. It might be out there, but that there's nothing that even like sort of suggests that this could be sort of a copy of a Max Payne game. Almost like, not to be a conspiracy theorist, almost like everyone was paid off not to mention that there's games out there already like this. One of the things I find quite interesting about this as well is that there was actually supposed to be a sequel to this game entitled Gunrunner, but that was sort of cancelled when Midway went under, which is a shame, because I would genuinely love to see another game in this franchise. The closest thing that we can get to like a sequel to this game is probably the Sleeping Dogs games, which the Sleeping Dog game, soon to be a movie. And I always have like a special place in my heart for Stranglehold. For the first time I ever played this game, it was at a friend's house who just happened to have this game, and I always remember thinking, like, why the hell do you have this game, going all the way up to, especially because it was one of my friends that lived quite far away, lived up in Yorkshire. I think he was like one of the first people that I ever saw actually own an Xbox 360, and he just had this game. I don't know if it came bundled, but it was a couple of months until I got my version of this. And since then, I've got like every. I think I got this on PS3 as well. I know I've got a steel case director's cut of this game because I'm a cool kid. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you ever played this game or have any memory of it, or what you think of this game, because it seems to have its haters and its lovers. Anyway, that's been me rambling on about a very old game from 2007 on the Xbox 360. My name's been the Retro Gaming Goose. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, because I'll be bringing out plenty more retro gaming content over the next couple of weeks. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.